Well, with his kids back in school, a lot of parents have a lot on their minds.
Between the normal juggle of practices and homework, there's also a thought in the back of every parent's mind: how safe is my child's school?
And with the academic year now in session, our troubleshooter Stacey Cameron pored over a series of reports on student discipline to examine the state of school safety right here in San Antonio. It's tonight's troubleshooter investigation.
When news broke last April,
a Madison High School sophomore has been arrested.
That 17-year-old Brendan Tarwater brought an AK-47 and 2 handguns to school.
They shoved all the girls in the locker room.
It was a potential nightmare in the making.
Madison High School remained under lockdown for several hours.
But quick thinking by Tarwater's parents and educators thwarted the threat. So instead of tragedy,
does there need to be security changes in light of today's incident?
The arrest and expulsion of the 17-year-old simply became a highly publicized case of school safety and discipline, one that Northeast ISD continues to address.
We have spent the entire summer going over that incident, putting precautions, additional safety measures in place.
It turns out the Tarwater incident was not an isolated case.
We did have 2 incidents of firearms. That's too many.
And this San Antonio school district is not alone in seeing kids carry weapons on campus.
It's not significant numbers, but it's something that our police do watch very carefully for.
News 4 troubleshooters uncovered 9 firearm incidents last year, plus 28 cases of illegal knives and 26 more students with prohibited items like pepper spray and nunchucks.
Things like that are also considered weapons, and we won't allow those on our campuses.
The weapon numbers come from these reports that every school district is required to turn over to the Texas Education Agency.
It's really a tracking of disciplinary numbers.
Looking at data from the past 3 academic years, News 4 found 195 students disciplined for weapons, including 17 guns and 70 illegal knives. That may sound alarming.
You have to keep it in perspective.
But district officials across San Antonio urge caution, pointing out metro schools are populated by close to 400,000 kids, meaning fewer than 1 in every 2,000 students gets in trouble for weapons. And while TEA doesn't use discipline data to regulate schools,
and I think that districts overall are just doing a lot better job of keeping track of all of these incidents.
Local district officials tell News 4 they regularly review the reports.
We want to track their behavior so that we can adjust our policy.
With this knowledge, we know what we can do better, and we know how to better improve safety.
One discipline trend on the rise in area schools: kids getting punished for indecent and lewd acts. There were 74 cases last school year compared to 70 the previous 2 years combined. While some of those incidents are pranks,
dropping trousers and mooning someone,
educators are also seeing a spike in lewd and indecent acts.
Kids are taking pictures of themselves
involving teens sexting on cell phones. That could result in a change in policies on student use of technology.
We'll look at that and see, what needs to be done.
School discipline reports indicate another area of concern: students physically assaulting district employees.
A bulk of that category is going to involve teachers, aides, counselors, and our district police officers.
It happened 151 times last year, but officials say the reported numbers often look worse than the actual incidents.
Most of the time, it's not intentional. It happens when an adult intervenes in a situation to usually quiet it down and may inadvertently get hit in some way.
So are San Antonio schools a safe or dangerous place for kids? Pointing to incidents like Brendan Tarwater bringing 3 guns to his school, some might say more dangerous. But district officials argue their use of discipline data in the advanced planning that it provides have made the classroom more safe. In fact, Tarwater was disarmed and no one was harmed, thanks in part to safety protocols that didn't exist when you and I were in school. Now, we've put the last 3 years of discipline data into one spreadsheet and posted it online. So if you'd like to see how your kid's school is doing, just go to our website, news4sa.com. Reporting in San Antonio, I'm News 4 troubleshooter Stacey Cameron.